into his arms this morning. We welcome you here for our time of worship. It's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Orlan Lorton, deacon nominee this morning. Orlan was born in Kansas City 71 years ago, attended Memphis State University, moved to Nashville in 1981. Some 8 years earlier, he married the love of his life, Miss Jean. They will celebrate 50 years of marriage this December. They are blessed by the Lord with twin daughters and 3 grandchildren. He's been in banking 23 years. I commend him to you, but you better hurry because he's going to retire at the end of the year. Amen. We hope. Orlan, thank you, sir. Bring a good word to us.
I do want to thank the congregation for letting me speak today. If you don't know me, you probably know my wife, Jean. And as the pastor said, we'll celebrate 50 years of marriage this December. I like to consider myself a work in progress, but I think she calls me a piece of work. But I am blessed beyond measure. My daughters and their families are sweet Christians, and it's comforting to know that I will spend glory with them. My spiritual journey began in Memphis, and believe it or not, at Second Presbyterian Church, Troop 55 in the Boy Scouts. I worked for months to earn a God and Country Award with the Associate Minister, Reverend Knox. And it was during this process I gave myself to Christ. And the only thing I can remember is I had to learn all the books of the Bible, and it was lots of stuff going on, and I wasn't the only one. But we had to make a profession of faith, and I had to do it with the elders at Second Presbyterian Church. And these men were all World War II veterans, very stern looking to a 12-year-old. But they were very precious to me. And I think because of that they were veterans, I don't have anything from the 60s that's tangible except a God and Country medal that has survived about 13 moves, I think. Why I still have it, the Lord only knows. And my sister in Memphis. That's the only thing I have from the 60s. But the 60s, mid-60s to the early 70s was a very difficult time in Memphis. We had the assassination of Martin Luther King. We had race riots going on. Part of Memphis was burning. And the Vietnam War was in full swing. To add to the stress, when I was a freshman in high school, it was mandatory that we take Army ROTC, which means we had uniforms, rifles, and instead of having a study hall, we were out there marching. And, that just means one thing: we were getting ready for at that time. To make matters worse, when I turned 18, I won a lucky draft number of 112. And that added to my stress a little bit more. But I do hold veterans. My father was a veteran. Any men and women that have served or are serving in our military to the highest esteem. I think what they do for us is just absolutely wonderful. But I did a little backsliding back in the late 60s. And I ended up at a Central Church, which is an evangelical Christian church. The pastor was Jimmy Latimer. And it was, the more he talked, the more I squirmed in my seat, and the more I came back. and came back, and he just got me on the straight and narrow, I'd say. It was after this that I met Jean at work. We ended up getting married, starting a family. Lord blessed me with twin daughters that I couldn't ask for more. So, for these past 50 years, I've just been blessed. Pray the Lord will keep blessing me as we go. But I was asked, why do you want to be a deacon? And I found that, if the Lord speaks to you, you'd better say yes. I'll say yes if you ask me to, okay? Okay. But Jean and I have always strived to get embedded in whatever church we were attending. We like to tithe. We practice that, hopefully, faithfully. Not only financially, but, with our time when we can. So I'm hoping when I go into retirement that, I'll have more I can do with the church and meet most of you that I haven't met. And I'm going to end this right here. Jean and I are very strong believers in the power of prayer. I've seen firsthand how he can work. He answers our prayers in his perfect way, in his perfect time. So, Jean, I want to thank you for your prayers and cards at this time of mourning for her sister who passed away a few weeks ago. We know we shall see her in glory, and I know I will see you all in glory too at some point. Thank you.